I hope you can clearly hear us and you can clearly see us. Yep. If so, please let us know.
Hello, hello, dear friends. Please write in chat or maybe switch on your mic and say hello, hello. Today we will have interesting cultural program. Hello, hello.
Hello, great. Thank you, guys. So what is the plan for today, actually?
I will open our presentation and we will see together.
Yep. This is a program called Russian Heritage, or just Get Acquainted with Russians, something like that.
You will know more about Russia, not only about Russian buildings, history, but other interesting Russian things. And let's compare with your country. And dear friends, don't forget that you can share your emotion in our Zoom, in our WhatsApp chats, in our YouTube. You have the link. And also we will be more than happy if you will post story in Instagram. So let's go.
So this is the plan of today's cultural program. Masha will tell you
here. I suggest to go.
General info about Russia. Also, you will get to know some facts about Russia. We will talk about why Russia is the country of contrasts. Also, we will show you some really, amazing Russian treasures. We will see, we will see Russia through the ages history, something like that. And also, we will meet with Russian peculiarities. Masha will introduce you Russian and Samara local food. We will see some Russian winter activities such as skiing, skating, and so on. And you will know some traditional Russian songs and dances. So this is the plan for today's program. I hope that you will like it, and I will give a word to my amazing colleague, Masha.
Hello, hello, dear friends. Please
have fun.
Yes, say very interesting phrases. And before we start, I suggest you to maybe take a cup of tea and some cookies. It will be more funny to listen us with tea and cookies, especially when we talk about food. But let's start. So, hello, hello. Today we will have a great cultural program with walking through the biggest country in the world. Okay, you know which country you will see today. So, now we will talk about general info about Russia. Here you can see the square of Russia, the building, how many countries here, and the time zones. So, short information, and then maybe 1 or 2 minutes for your question about general info Russia. But please be ready to have fun. So, dear friends, as you see, Russia has 16 countries around Russia and 11 time zones. Also, Russia has great history, great territory, as you see. Unfortunately, my hands couldn't hug Russia at all. You can come to your laptop and do the same. So, now you can see the biggest city in Russia. Yes, Nizhny Novgorod. Say hello, hello. And also love Samara, because we are now in Samara city. And now in your city in Samara, -1. It's so hot, but it's not so good weather because you feel yourself like in river. So you can see the picture of Moscow, St. Petersburg, Kazan. By the way, Moscow and St. Petersburg, they are capital. Moscow capital, and St. Petersburg had the second names, cultural capital of Russia. Kazan. Kazan is the city which located on the Volga River, like a Samara. Let's go, Yekaterinburg. Why this city located here in our presentation? Because it's one of the biggest cities on the eastern part of Russia. And this city located near Ural Mountains. Lada will tell you about Ural Mountains later. Novosibirsk. I think you know something about Russia, that Russia has Siberia, biggest part where a lot of bears and tigers and they walk around. Yes, you're absolutely sure, but also Russia have city, not one, but a lot of cities, and one of them, Novosibirsk, is the biggest city, one of the biggest cities in the eastern parts. Is the same like Yekaterinburg, and in Novosibirsk you can find Russian cold weather. Nizhny Novgorod, the city also located on the Volga River, like at Samara, but a little bit closer to our city. Kazan, the previous one you see, closer than Nizhny Novgorod to Samara. And you can see Samara region, say hello, hello. Now you know that after our city tour, this is the Square of Glory. So now let's see again short facts, and we will discuss about Russia. How many people, how many Russians, or maybe person who live in Russia, you can see here. And yes, Russia is the 90th of the population country, because Russia is so big. Maybe you can come to Moscow and see, no, Russia is the first one of population. But if you come to other cities, there are not so many people, but a lot of bears. I hope you understand that it was a joke. And 85 federal districts in our country. Our country is the most population country in Europe. And also our country located more in the Europe part than Asia part. And that's why there are not so more population. And you can come to Russia and feel happy because it's good. Okay, when we see animation, we can say hello, hello to tigers, bear, and others. Oh, Russian nature. Russian nature, the territory of our country located in the various natural areas. Tundra, taiga, steppes, desert, and so on. And I would like to move in because I think you can say hello, hello, these beautiful animals, or maybe try to name them, why not? So, and Russia's whole town more than, pay attention, 320 types of mammals, 700 kinds of birds, yes, say hello, let them, hello, because these birds has 700 types, and 500 types of reptiles, 670 freshwaters, and, pay attention, 100,000 kinds of insects, and 10,000 Arctics. And our hometown, as we call it in modern Russia, is the unique place with the kaleidoscope of culture, nature, and a lot of information we will give you later, don't worry. So, we're absolutely sure that you know something about Russia. What you know? Especially we think that Moscow. And let's discuss about Moscow. What is it? This is the day when on our map, only on your map too, like appeared Moscow. Moscow is the biggest city, one of the biggest cities in Russia, and Moscow was the capital, but that's interesting fact that in Moscow changed their capitals. So reserve capital changed to the St. Petersburg. It was in the 18th centuries. In the 18th centuries, capital was St. Petersburg. But again, Moscow returned and became capital again, like now. So I will move and show you how many residents in Moscow, how many? Yes, especially resident near metropolitan area, because Moscow has the biggest one metro in Europe and also the biggest one in Russia. There are so many stations in Moscow. We have a joke, but in Samara we also have metro. But for example, in Samara, one station built during 10 years. In Moscow, 10 stations built 1 year. So now you can understand why Moscow is so big and so huge, because it's fast growing very much. Now you can see the most interesting object in Moscow, and I try to understand where. Okay, hello. This is the picture from the Olympic Games, Summer Olympic Games, which was in the 1980. It's more than 40 years ago, and this is the talisman of this game, this symbol. Let's go next. This is Ostankino Tower. Ostankino Tower is one of the biggest and tallest tower. For what? For TV show, for television, because it helps to show you, not especially us, but other interesting program. Okay, let's go next. Hoba. This is a Moscow City. Moscow City is one of the business center. It's a good place for making photo, not especially at night, but at day. Here you can see the picture from the Fun Fest, from the World Cup, which was on the 2018 in Moscow, but and also in 10 cities in Russia, in Samara, was. What is it? This is the VDNH. It's the place where a lot of interesting objects, like museums. Also in this place you can find the space museums. And here's MGU. What is it, MGU? Moscow State University, one of the famous universities in Russia. And the oldest one and the first one. So let's go next. What is it? It is the St. Petersburg, the cultural capital of Russia. And if you talk about 18th century, it's the capital of Russia, real. So the St. Petersburg is so beautiful. Let's see. Try to feel ourselves like maybe some Tsar or some person who feel in maybe 19th century. And let's imagine and go next. What you know about Russia is not only in Moscow. Yes, balalaika, vodka, bears. No, you please know it, but Russia is the biggest country and you can find the interesting more information later. And for this, I would like to call Lada, and when Lada go to me, please ask questions, switch on mic and ask, or maybe write in chat.
Yes, guys, feel free. Any questions in our chat or via your mics, we will be more than pleased to answer all of them.
You can ask whatever you want. And by the way, what about your stereotypes in Russia? Also, vodka, balalaika in Moskva? Moskva means Moscow. Yes.
Or maybe anything else?
Excuse me, teacher. Could you hear me?
Yes.
Just now you mentioned that in Russia they have 85 districts entirely. So my question is, what's the difference between district in Russia and county or city in China? What's the administration difference between those two words?
I think district in Russia means that each city has their own territory which located near the city, and each city like a small capital of this district. Do you have the same in China? And the biggest one capital is Moscow. Do you have the same?
It's like province in China,
Okay.
probably.
Yes.
Yes?
Okay, thanks.
Because here we have some areas, districts, or something like that, and each district, each area has the local capital and other villages and so on. So this is the number of all those areas is 85. Something like that. Any other questions? No questions.
Okay, dear silence friends, it's time to me to go to see your question in YouTube.
Yeah, thank you very much, Masha, and thank you guys for your, for your interest to our program. And feel free to text your questions. Feel free to ask me via your mics and so on. I will be more than pleased to stop and answer your questions. So let's talk about Russia as the country of contrast. Here you can see pictures. This is our items: weather, locations, nations, and development. So Masha, maybe you will help me with. Yes. So let's talk. Yes, about Russia as the country of contrast. People are always shocked by Russian contrast, and in fact, such large country as Russia should have lots of secrets and interesting things. And one of them are contrasts and paradoxes. So let's meet with it. Yes. First of all, I would like to talk about weather. Due to huge lands in north and south, east and west, there are lots of various climates. Yep, it could be below 0 temperature in summer and +5 Celsius degrees in winter. There are strong winds near the oceans and dust storms in deserts. There are heavily rainy places such as Severokurilsk, it is a small town in the far east of Russia, and always sunny towns such as Ulan-Ude, this is a city in the Russian Siberia close to the border with Mongolia and China. It could be snowy and freezing in the Caucasus Mountains and hot near the Black Sea in the city called Sochi, where Winter Olympic Games took place in 2014. And one day it will be snowing and snow and ice will cover all ground, but the next day it could be warm and rainy. And it could be, I don't know, 50 Celsius degrees below zero in winter and plus 40 Celsius degrees in summer in one town, such as towns like Magadan in the north or Yakutsk, something like that. So it's all about Russian weather, and we, Russians, love it. Just imagine how many unique places you can visit there. And I'm more than sure that in all your countries, guys, there are also many paradoxes and many, I don't know, differences in, for instance, in the temperature, something like that, because for instance, in China, there are also different areas with different climate and so on. Yes, something like that. I think you will agree, right? So the next thing is Russian contrast is locations. There are plenty of settlements in Russia. Big cities are bordered with small villages. Towns are located near the rivers and giant empty forests and fields. You can drive, just imagine, you can drive 20 minutes from the center of the town and appear in tiny settlement with only 5 buildings in general. Skyscrapers in Moscow and St. Petersburg are side by side with leaning old private houses and Khrushchevkis, like typical 5-story houses with several entrances that were built in the middle of 1950s. When the leader of our country, of the USSR, was Khrushchev. So modern cities are located on the west part of Russia, and frightening expanses where there is no living creatures are disposed on the east. The architecture of settlements is totally distinguished on the whole territory of our country. So yes, here you can see Moscow, for instance, and here you can see the typical, I don't know, area, typical sleeping area in Russia. So this is a Russian village, yes, and this is a Russian village in winter time. So the next thing is Russian nations. Russia, as we talked before during our tour and so on, it's a multinational state with over, just imagine, 190 ethnic groups designated as nationalities. So the populations of these groups vary enormously, from millions, for instance, like Russians or Tatars, to under 10,000, like cats. Obviously, the most widespread group is Russians. For instance, I also Russian. And over 75% of inhabitants are Russians or citizens themselves of Russian origin. And there are just a few main facts about them. Our language is Russian, religion predominantly Eastern Orthodox Christianity. So that's all. The next thing is Russian development. So here in Russia, you can feel Russian contracts really very well. Why? For instance, this is a picture actually of Samara city. Samara city is the city where now we are located. We are located at Samara National Research University. And this is the historical city center of Samara. And you can see there is a 2-story wood building that is located just 5 minutes by foot from the huge skyscraper. Can you just imagine how this old and ancient building can take place near the huge modern building? And that's everything about Russia. Here you can see actually this is the tallest building in Europe. It is called Lahta Center, located in St. Petersburg. And just 5 minutes away from this huge tower, there is a village. And you can see it on the picture. There is just like wooden buildings with, where people still live. And this is the difference, this is the contrast. We have, as you know, we have a really powerful space industry. And here you can see rocket launch to the space. At the same time, our aviation industry is not in the good conditions, because previously during the USSR time, it was a really power of our government, but nowadays, unfortunately, we use Airbus, I don't know, and other companies like Boeing and so on. So the next thing that I would like to talk is Russian treasures. And guys, feel free to ask any questions in chat, or you can just tell me like, Lada, I have a question, and I will be more than pleased to answer. So it's okay if you will disturb me, okay?
Hello, can you hear my mic?
Yes.
Okay, so previously you talked about houses in Russia, right? So houses in Russia, they are if in the movies, they are always portrayed that Russian people living in an apartment where there's so many tall buildings such as apartments and so on. But as we all know, Russia is a big country. So why, if a country like Singapore, which is really small, so we know that the people will stay in high-rise building because there's no much space in it. But why Russian people live in an apartment where they can use such a many acres of land to make settlement that is at land? That's my question.
So the question is about where actually Russians live and what is the difference between type of living or something like that. I'm a little bit confused.
What I mean is, Russian is a big country, right? So if in movies or in some documentaries, there are many types of houses like Stalinka and the apartments. But we all know Russia is a big country, so why not a really big houses in like an Americans? So they have a backyard
Yes.
and so on. Yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
you're right. You're right. We have Stalinka, Khrushchevka, Brezhnevka. You're right. Because during the Soviet Union time, it was a policy, the government policy, that all people are the same. Like, we are all similar. That's why our government decided to build many typical buildings. So in each Russian city, you could find the same buildings. If you're in Moscow or if you're in Samara, you can find the same buildings. Just they look the similar, like, I don't know, like they are siblings. That's true. So, but in modern Russia, new buildings and new architecture appeared because there was like a wall, a block between the industrial countries and so on. But nowadays we are a modern country and we have many different buildings and so on. But you're right that we had Stalinka, we had Brezhnevka, and we still have it. It was, I don't know, a great treasure during those Soviet time. I hope that I understood your question in the right way because I'm a little bit confused.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question. Any other questions? No? It seems like there are no questions, but thank you for your question. So the next thing that I would like to talk about, as I mentioned before, is Russian treasures. So yeah, there are some pictures of Russia, and all those pictures, here you can see Russia, Russian nature. So the first thing that I would like to introduce you to get know is Kamchatka. Kamchatka actually, it's peninsula. It's a huge, beautiful country, and it's a peninsula in the far east of Russia. There are plenty of volcanoes. Here, actually, Kamchatka is close to Japanese islands because it is located in the far east. And actually, 150 mountains are sleeping peacefully there, and only 29 are running amok, throwing lava, like some kinds they call like volcanic bombs. So yes, there are many volcanoes, there are many mountains on Kamchatka Peninsula. And actually, Kamchatka is separated from Alaska. Alaska is a state of USA, just by a strait less than 4 kilometers wide. So there is just 4 kilometers by the sea, by the ocean, between Russia and USA on the north. And also, actually, the area of the Kamchatka Peninsula is approximately equal to the area of the whole New Zealand. Just imagine, there's the district, just a small district of Russia, have the same size as the whole New Zealand. Just to compare the sizes, something like that. The next thing is Vostochny Cosmodrome. Vostochny is 52 degrees north of the equator, and Baikonur, it is cosmodrome located in Kazakhstan, is 45 degrees. And the total area of Vostochny just around 1,000 square kilometers. And it was built actually just around several years ago. It's like a new cosmodrome, but rockets, they can still launch from this cosmodrome located in the far east of Russia. And I think that participants of Space Materials and Technologies know many facts about cosmodromes, I guess so. The next treasure of Russia, I think that you know some facts about this. This is Lake Baikal. It is the oldest lake in the whole world. It's about 35 million years old. And Lake Baikal is at the same time is the deepest lake on Earth. Its depth is around 1,600 meters. Lake Baikal has the cleanest fresh water on the planet. So this is the deepest and the cleanest lake on the whole world, and it's located in Siberia, also close to the border with China and Mongolia. So here you can see Lake Baikal during the winter, and if you will step on the ice of the Lake Baikal, and you can just stare down, you will see that the water is so fresh that probably you will be able to see the bottom. Yes, it's really clean. It's the cleanest water there. The next thing is Siberia. Most of Siberia is located in the permafrost zone, and actually the soil, the ground, does not thaw even in summer, except for its surface layer. And Siberian Huskies, actually I think that you know, this is a type of dogs, a world famous breed of dog, yeah? It also comes from here. And also in Siberia, there is a Vasyugan swamp, or Vasyuganskaya bolото, the largest in the world. This is the largest swamp in the world. Its area is approximately 50,000 square kilometers, which is more than the area of some European countries, actually, if we will compare it with the size of other things. The next, also you can see the beautiful picture. There are some lakes, mountains, forests, beautiful blue sky. This is Altai Mountains. So the Altai Mountains belong not only to Russia, some of them belong to the territories of China, actually, Mongolia, and Kazakhstan. In the Altai territory, there are more than 17,000 rivers and about 13,000 lakes. Yes, that's the fact. The next, actually, this area is really interesting because Ural Mountains is like the natural border between Asia and between Europe. Because if you have a look at the map of the world, you will see that Ural Mountains, they go from the north to the south, from the north of Russia to the south of Kazakhstan and other countries in the Middle Asia. And you will see this is the real border between Europe and Asia. That's the fact. And actually, the Ural Mountains are located in all climate zones at once, with the exception of deserts and semi-deserts. So on the Ural Mountains, you can perfectly observe a pronounced high altitude zoning. Just starting the ascent in the mountain forest zone, you can get into the mountain tundra. Here, the relict plants, glacial and post-glacial time, and endemics that live in a relatively limited area, actually. That's it. The next beautiful thing is Arctic Ocean. Yes, the Arctic Ocean is the coldest, the smallest, and shallowest of the planet's oceans. It makes up about 4% of the total area of the Earth's waters. It is the smallest ocean in the world. And in the center of the ocean, of the Arctic Ocean, there is ice. Although it drifts from place to place, but it never melts. Maybe because of the climate change, one day, unfortunately, the ice will be melted. But still, due to the difference of the changing of the temperatures, it's still, there is a huge ice in the middle of the ocean. And in this cold ocean, the largest islands on Earth is located. The area of Greenland is almost, I don't know, it's like 2 million square kilometers. And this is actually the territory of Denmark. This is the country in Europe. So yes, that's it. The next interesting fact is Northern Lights. There are just several countries in the world where you can find Northern Lights. It's Russia, it's the north part of Russia. It's Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and that's all. And probably also in Alaska you can also see Northern Lights, so yes, let's say also USA. So the diameter of the Northern Lights ovals is about 3,000 kilometers, and the duration of the Northern Light varies from a dozen minutes to several days. And if you would like to catch up Northern Lights, you should visit some of the countries that I mentioned before. It's like Russia, USA, Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. You should visit, and probably some areas of Canada, but I'm not sure. You should go there better in autumn, from November till March. Yes. And you just need to follow the websites of sun radiation, of sun energy, and then there will be more than 5. You should just take all your bags and come to the north to see the Northern Lights, something like that, yes. The next thing is Golden Ring. What is Golden Ring? Here you can see some Orthodox church and some map. So let's clarify. Golden Ring is a touristic road through the cities of Russia, through the oldest city of Russia, and they're located close to the Moscow. There is unique historical monuments and architectural monuments. They have been preserved from, I don't know, from 10th century, from 11th, 12th century, and so on. And each of these ancient cities located around Moscow, yes, is worth its weight in gold. And so there was a sonorous term known to every Russian. In one of the cities of the Golden Ring, it's called Vladimir, like a joke, like Vladimir is the same Russian name. And the man also can be called Vladimir. So Vladimir, it was like a king of Russia in, I don't know, in the beginning of 10th century, something like that. So there are 239 architectural monuments of the 18th and 19th century. So that's it. And also here you can find many ancient churches. You can find many ancient buildings, I don't know, like castles and so on. And here you can see the map. You can see the map where, yes, that's it. Here you can see the map when you can find some of the cities. Kostroma, Yaroslavl, Rostov-Veliki, Ivanovo, Suzdal, Vladimir, and others. The next, interesting for us and for me especially, as a Russian and Samara citizen, Volga River. And I see that we have a question in Zoom chat, thanks to our technical support team. What is the phenomenon of the Northern Lights, if I'm not mistaken? Yes? Why Northern Lights is so popular and why they have the phenomena? Actually, because it depends on the solar energy, and it depends on the... I know I'm not a good scientist, and I'm not so good in Northern Lights science, but as I know, it depends on the solar energy and the solar like reaction between sun and our atmosphere, something like that. So there's also about the magnet field. It's all about the a relationship between magnet field and the sunlight, something like that, something about that. So this is probably the phenomena of the northern lights. And why you can see it only in the north part of our Earth, it also depends probably on the magnet field and just the location of the sun, probably, something like that. That's it. Thank you for your question, actually. Any other questions? I will be more than pleased to answer. No? Oh, we see another question, and my team will translate the question.
About question on Northern Light.
Oh, I just got the information that some of you just answered the previous question about the Northern Lights, so thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your interaction. So, I think I can continue. Yep. Okay, so let's talk about Volga River. As you know from our city tour, Samara city is located on the Volga River. Yes. And Volga River is the longest, the biggest river in Europe. So the length of the Volga is around 3,500 kilometers. And before the construction of reservoirs, it was still 160 kilometers longer. But nowadays we have lots of reservoirs and so on, water stations, so that's why it was a little bit decreased. And some interesting facts. Rains bring only about 10% of its water to the Volga, just 10%. And another 30% is accounted for by groundwater. Yes, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a common fact, something like that. But the most interesting thing that around 60% of water come to the Volga. It's about snow melting. For instance, right now it's winter time, and Volga is covered by snow and ice. And just imagine, when there will be spring, when there will be, I think, the middle of March or the end of March, snow will be melted, yes? And ice also will be melted. And 60% and all those water that was melted, it will come to the Volga River. So that's interesting, actually, I think so. Because I know in many countries there is no snow, probably only Ville, if I'm not mistaken. You're from Finland, and it's a normal situation for you just to see snow every day during the winter time. But for some maybe guys from Latin America or from China or from Asian countries, it's something like, whoa, winter with snow. It's some kind of interesting fact. So yes, let's talk about Volga. The Volga Delta, actual delta of Volga, is larger in area than the delta of all other rivers in Europe. And due to the decrease in the level of the Caspian Sea, it continued to increase. So there is always more and more water in Volga River. Yes, that's the fact. That's the fact. And here you can see just the Volga River, the picture close to the Samara city. I don't know. And also sometimes we call Volga Matushka or like Volga Mother, something like that. Because when you just go to the embankment and you see the beauty of the river, it's just like, oh my gosh. I'm proud that I'm Russian. I'm proud that I live in the Samara city and I have an opportunity to see the Volga River every day. Something like that. I hope that in each country, in each city, you have some kind of breathtaking place that you can just go and just be influenced by the nature, by the beauty. I think so, yes. And also, guys, do you have some breathtaking places in your countries and in your cities? I will be more than happy to know some facts. Can you please share with me some breathtaking places in your cities? No? I see that there we have a question or just a comment in Zoom. So my country is close to equator, so there is always warm. Wow, that's great. That's great. And maybe some of you would like to share some breathtaking places, some amazing places in your cities, no? Nobody. Everyone keeps silent. All right. That's okay, thank you. Maybe you will share in our Zoom chat. All right.
Can I share my country?
Yes.
How I want to share? Do I have to share the screen?
Oh, you would like to share the screen?
Yeah, if you want, I can share my screen. So I have searched it. So uh,
We will give
this
you an
is
opportunity, I think so. We will give you the opportunity to share the screen soon.
yeah.
Are you able to see the screen, right?
Hello, hello,
So
dear friend. Could you please show your country again? And we will demonstrate it in our YouTube also. Oh, thank you.
this is the most I think most famous island in my country.
Great.
So it is called Pulau Tioman. So you should, yeah, it has a really beautiful beach.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
and the
impressed.
water is clear. The sea water is clear. It has blue color. You can see my screen right now.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
I
yes.
would like to swim
Yeah.
there.
So this is the place. It is most visited place. So because now it is COVID time, so only in-country travel. So there's so many people go to this Pulau Tioman. They have really beautiful sightseeing places.
Whoa, whoa,
That's all.
beautiful. Totally beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, I think that we can continue our walk. And the next thing, can you please turn on the television, guys? Thank you. So the next interesting thing is Sochi. So Sochi was a city where Winter Olympic Games in 2014 took place. It was held there in the city. And now the city is really popular between tourists, not only local tourists, but between, in general, all tourists. So during the summer tourist season, the city's population increased 7 times, reaching a figure of around 2.5 million people. So this is probably the most visited city during the summer season in Russia. And Sochi is the city with the longest beach strip in the world, as much as 118 kilometers, I think so. So yes, that's it. So we get know with some Russian treasures. And now I would like to just have a small talk about Russian history, because yesterday you had a class of Russian traditions, and I suppose that you know many other facts about Russia, Russian culture, and so on. So let's talk about Russia through the ages in Russian history. So first of all, it was Kievan Rus. This is the previous name of our country. And between the end of 9th century and the beginning of the 18th century, there was just the name of our country called with Rus, Kievan Rus, or other something like that. It was just like a small country, yes. But then, in the 18th century, we became Russian Empire due to the great leadership of Peter I. So he created the Russian Empire, and the territory of our countries, they increased immediately. So it was a period of Russian Empire from the beginning of the 18th century till the beginning of the 20th century. And during that period of time, our capital, it was changed from Moscow to St. Petersburg. And here you can see a picture of St. Petersburg, I mean, with the boats. And the next thing is Moscow. It's Red Square, actually. Then, due to the power of communism, unfortunately, Russian Empire was destroyed, and the new country appeared in 1917. So 1917 is the date of the beginning of born Soviet Union. And unfortunately, or fortunately, for some people, for some reason probably, the USSR destroyed in 1991. It was a huge period of time when communism was the great leadership of all Soviet citizens. It was just our history, and due to that time there was the World War II, when it was the victory of countries and so on, where also the USSR also was one of the victory country as Great Britain, USA, and other countries. So nowadays, I will stand here. This is modern Russia, and actually in 2021 there will be the 30th celebration. There will be a birthday of our country actually, and modern Russia is like other countries, like other modern states. We have many cons, we have many pros, and so on. It's just our life, and maybe you know many facts about Russia and many stereotypes, like I don't know, like Putin, like vodka, and so on. It's all right. It's okay. We have our problems. I mean, maybe in social politics and so on. We have our power and other interesting, and maybe, can you please, yes, thank you. So we still here can see there the picture of Moscow, and actually in the middle this is a picture of Samara Arena Stadium. It's located in Samara city, close to the suburbs of Samara, and it was actually the place where 6 matches played here during the FIFA World Cup in 2018. Between Mexico, Brazil. It was the quarterfinal, 81, 18th, and 4 group matches, something like that. And also here, yes, here you can see the museum according to the Yeltsin. It was the president of Russia in 90s actually. This is just museum, modern museum according to the Yeltsin history, Yeltsin way of life, in the city called Yekaterinburg. So, the next interesting fact is Russian peculiarities. If you will visit any Russian city, you will find some streets called like Leningradskaya, or Lenin Street, Lenin Prospect, or something like that. In each Russian city, we have the street, or we have the square, according to Lenin. Yes. In each Russian settlement, you will find the monument, or I don't know, the museum, or street, or square, according to Lenin. Yes, that's the interesting fact. So sometimes there is some movies actually according to some joke that we have the same streets, we have the same buildings in different cities. That's interesting. So if you, for instance, I live in Samara city and we have Lenin Street. If I will visit, for instance, Moscow, they also have Lenin Street. That's an interesting fact, yes. I think that there is a chat, and I can see some, oh yeah, I will send there. So there are some comments. Thank you, our technical director. I see that, wait, me search for one. Most famous island in my country is Bali Island. Oh, yes, I know many facts about Bali, thank you, and many Russians have visited Bali. National park from Sarawak, Malaysia. In China, one of the most famous islands is Hong Kong Island. Thank you guys for sharing your breathtaking places in your countries. Thank you very much. The next that I would like to talk about is Banya, or it is also famous as sauna. I think you heard anything about sauna or Banya. So Banya is like a place where the temperature goes higher and higher every second, and it could be around plus 40 Celsius, plus 40, plus 50, plus 60 Celsius degrees, and people just can sit there for 5, 7, 10 minutes and more. And then, for instance, if we'll imagine that now it's winter, so people can sit there and just feel heating for 10 minutes, and then he can go outside and dive into the snow and just lying there for several minutes. So yes, and then he can still go inside to the banya or to the sauna. So yes, Russians are crazy, and we like to go to dive into the snow and to feel the snow. Yeah, something like that. The next interesting, the most, I don't know, strange, weird thing is flippers. So here you can see flippers. If you will be hosted in Russian apartment, in each Russian home, you will find flippers, for sure. And there's another comment. Do you into snow, dive into snow? Whoa, so cool. Yes, yes. And actually seniors, they prefer, actually men seniors, men elders, they prefer to dive into the snow after banya. Yes, that's it. So flippers, let's talk about flippers. For instance, if you will be invited in the Russian home, yes, to the Russian family, you will see that there is flippers. So, as you're a guest, each Russian citizen will invite you to put on flippers, because it's cold in Russia, and it's a great opportunity to just feel a little bit of warm. So the next thing is central heating, because it's really cold in Russia. It's freezing. It could be minus 30 Celsius degrees, so that's why it's impossible to live without central heating. It's impossible to live without the warm. So that's the fact. That's the fact why in each Russian city, in each Russian house, in each Russian apartment, you will find the central heating. On the north or on the south, it doesn't matter. There will be always central heating in each building. So the next interesting topic is Russian food, and I will be more than pleased to invite my colleague Masha to tell you some facts about Russian food. So Masha, it's your turn. I hope it will be interesting. Good luck.
Hello, hello. I hope you will have interesting time now, and please come to the kitchen, have maybe a cup of tea or some others, and let's go. Yeah, now let's discuss about Russian food. So, Russian is I would like to show you the pictures and maybe to say hello, hello for your appetite. So, you know that Russian, like a typical friends, they have breakfast, they have lunch and dinner. Let's discuss what Russians prefer to eat on breakfast. Okay, usually it can be porridge. You can see the picture of porridge, say hello, hello. Also, maybe fired eggs with sausages or a cup of tea and coffee. Eat typical Russian breakfast. So, typical Russian lunch. Eat always soup. Let's say hello to the borscht and to the uha. Dear technical, friends, could you please a little bit switch on chat? Our friends see the borscht and then you can return chat. Thank you, thank you. So, let's discuss about borscht. Borscht is the sour soup made with beef roots and other main ingredients which give the dish this piece red color. Uha. Uha is the soup made from the fish. You can see the fish here and yes, the head of the fish. Whoa, 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 looks so dangerous. So, the main ingredient, fish. And you can use different kind of fish, especially if you talk about Samara's citizen, which live in summer. In winter you also can do this, but it's not so, maybe more people who can go to do it in winter. Especially a lot of people do it in summer. What? They take special application and special equipment and go to the Volga River, use it and fishing. After fishing they take the fish, come to home and make uha by their own, with their own fish. So, and let's discuss about Russian dinner. Yes, Russian dinner is also the main part of our Russian activities. I would like to tell you that actually Russian loves very much, like you and like all people, we are more than happy to have breakfast, dinner, lunch, to eat. Yes, sleep and eat. It may be activity with Russian Amazing. And now you can see the typical, yes, here, the typical Russian lunch, or dinner also. It's mashed potato and it's cutlet. Cutlet is special meat products. You take meat, cut, and then join together, use a piece of bread, then go to the your mother or do it yourself, put on the plate, turn on the slides, and you can have cutlet. Cutlet, the meat dish, not desert meat dish. What is it? This is a cucumber, this is a potato, I hope you know it, but please pay attention on this cucumber because they are not fresh, they are salt. It's one of the Russian famous dish, salt cucumbers. What is it? You can take some special place, put lot of cucumbers, salt, take some papers and closed. Wait and you will have very nice and tasty salt cucumbers. Oh, let's check our chat. Hop, hello. I can come closer because our chat a little bit in secret place. Whoa. Dive into snow. Russian pancake, yes. Pickled cucumber, yes, you're absolutely right, pickled cucumber. And Russian pancakes you can see in this way. And let's remember our Saturday because we have pancake master classes, you remember. Eat more. In Samara we eat and fishes and meat. If you talk about Sunday, not Sunday period, about summer period, Russians prefer eat a lot of fish because fish near us. In Volga River there are so many fishes and for example my father, he loves to come to the Volga River and fish. And then we will make salt fish, uha, soup, now you know, and maybe fried fish or other dish from fish. So let's discuss about Russian drinks. What is it? It is a kvass and it is a compote. You say, oh no, what is it? Okay, let's discuss. Kvass is a Russian lemonade from bread. Yes, bread. No, you can cut bread, put in the same way when our pickled cucumbers, and wait. What? Water, special ingredients like salt or maybe дрожжи, if I'm not mistaken, and bread. Wait a couple of days, weeks, and you have kvass. Also, you can come to the Russian supermarket and have kvass during 10 minutes. Or it depends how many cures you will have and how many friends before you stand it near the cashier. So what is it compote? Compote is special drinks which we bought and then appeared and drink. It's not like a juice because juice you only mashed and that is all. You need to borrow it, and this is a strawberry complete, very tasty. Okay, how the tasty of kvass? Is the tasty like lemonade with it's maybe, if we talk about kvass, a little bit like beer, but not. You can compare beer, kvass, and lemonade. It's like the middle one. So, talk about food, it's so good, but Russian not only make food, Russians have activities. After good lunch and dinner we have activities, but before activities and after that we will have again eat time. And what we do during eat time if we talk about Samara. Now you can see the interesting, unique picture, the famous dish from Samara. Yes, for example, if you will come to our city, now you're in our city, you should buy to your friends, first of all, Zhigulevskaya beer. Ta-da! No. Ta-da! Zhigulevskaya beer. What is it? This is the famous beer not only in Samara but also in Russia. Why? Because this factory appeared in 1881. It's like our symbol of Samara, no, one of the symbols, not only rocket especially, because this is a tasty and one of the cheapest beer. Cheapest, good, don't worry. For example, if you talk about World Cup, our city hosted the World Cup and a lot of people from the whole world, they come to Samara and say, whoa, the cheapest beer, let's taste it, maybe it's not so good, but no, it's so good and so tasty. You have find a lot of bars, especially we have bar on the bottom, yes, name of the bottom, and each tourist who comes to Samara should go to this bar and have fun. Okay, when you drink beer, you need to eat something. We suggest you to eat dried fish. Yes, especially you can come to the Volga River fishing and then make dried fish. It's also popular product. Also we have factories, yes, Russian Samara's own factories. Now this factory is joined with Nestle and it produced very tasty sweets. Yes, it looks like Ferrero Rocher and maybe they taste like the Ferrero Rocher. Let's come to Samara and taste it. What is it next? This is also famous, not only Samara, but Russian sweets, pomadka. It's like a cream, but not cream, very tasty dish. Let's go next. I told you before about Russian activities. We talk about only winter Russian activities because in summer you can also swim. So let's see what is it. We can skating, skiing, hockey, skiing, skating, so snowboard. Also we have very interesting Russian activities, especially for children, to taste ice. Very good activities. It's not so taste like ice cream, but also interesting. If your mother or father see it, please be careful because they are not so good sometimes when you do it. Also make snowman. If you have already made snowball, please write, yeah, I made snowman, and I will see in chat. Okay. See the picture from Russian cartoons when they're doing activities is interesting. See the picture of food is also interesting. But what about video? Now you will see the video with the first of all Russian view and then Russian winter activities which located and which were made in Samara. So I will check the chat. No. So 1, 2, 3, let's see the video. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes, it's Samara region. It's not a movie from maybe Harry Potter or Narnia. No, 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 it's Samara region. And this a lot of kind of snow. It's not a snow only, it's Volga River. Yes, you can see the part Volga River without snow. This video were made on January. And now let's feel ourselves like a bird. Yeah. We fly near Samara. Whoa, what is it? What is it? It is a special place where Russians swim. Yes, now Russians swim. What? It's like a tradition near baptism. Then you should come to the water and then go through. It's like a tradition. And hard, brave person of Russia do it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not Alps. It's not some famous place for doing winter activities, especially skiing. No, it's Samara. It's near Samara. And you can make a lot of activities. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's easy to get there. Yes, easy. What do you mean the water look cold? Yes, yes, so cold. Yes, thank you for commenting, chat. We are more than happy that you are so active. It took the isolation wonderland. Yes, yes. Now you can see again a little bit winter. And next winter activity, 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would like to tell you that this girl located on the Volga. Yes, Volga. She's so brave. She don't afraid to say hello to fish. Yes, no. Because the ice so fat. And don't worry, you can go through the Volga and make like this one. Yes. I will stop talking because I would like you to see these good elements. Whoa. Oh, no, no, what is it? We are in space? No, we again near Samara on the bird view. If you look at the right side, you can see some big snow thing, but it's not, it's Samara Arena. And near Samara Arena we have the special place where located a lot of planets and especially sun. And now you can see this exhibition. The size of each planet you can compare because this small person, and you can compare how it's so big. What is it? This exhibition were on the Russian holidays As you know that Russians have celebration of New Year during 10 days. Yes, 10 days of having fun, and our government make this exhibition. You can come to make photos. Oh, hello, hello, I see you, dear friends, who located in our south. Yes, hello, hello, hello. Now we will see planet. Yes, I saw the question in chat, but before I will answer, I would like to say you hello, hello, Samara Arena, and you will see the sun. Try to catch the warmth from it. Yes, thank you very much for your comment. And is Volga River the ice thick? If we talk, it depends on the place where we are. Sometimes thick, sometimes very strong, and you can come to the Volga River by car, but I'm not recommend you because it's like danger. It can be dangerous. Oh, say hello to the spaceman, and I'm here. Hello again. What should we do next? We will talk about traditional song and dances. Yes. What is it? Our Russian parents, grandparents, they like to dance and song. Now we also make it, and I would like to briefly talk you because some of you have classes after 20 minutes. Yes, and some of you already have classes, but have other deals because your class was so interesting, I know. So, dear friends, let's talk about dance and song so fast. Why? Because let's see on this beautiful boy. You have spoons. And do you know that Russians use spoons to make songs? I suggest you to take spoons and make like this, one, clap, clap, clap. Typical Russian dance. What is it? Russian take hands and go around. And it's like traditional Russian dance. Also, we have others Russian dance, but you can see here, or maybe Google. Why Russian do this one? Because this look like circle, and circle the same like a sun, and sun is one of the symbol of good and health in Russia. If you talk about grandfathers, mothers, whoa, that's why make a circle. And now you also know that Russians make a circle if, for example, you watch movie about New Year or come to the New Year holidays for Russian, for example, pupils or children's. They always do this circle and have fun during New Year. In the middle stands Christmas tree. Okay, dear friends, we will talk about a lot of things. And now I would like to say Lada hello, hello. When she comes to me, I will see your question in chat. Russian dance that look like floating, looks interesting like Berezka. Yes, our grandparents, they are more than happy and like to swim, to dance near Berezka. So, dear friends, thank you very much for joining our tour. And now we will give you opportunity to ask something.
And we would like to tell you, welcome to Russia. We will be more than pleased to host you here, and we will be more than pleased to answer your questions.
Yes, now you feel yourself like watching tourist video about Samara. Can I ask this? Yes, you can ask. What?
And actually, it was a great pleasure for us as guides to guide you through Russian peculiarities and Russian way of life. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening.
Yes, now I will make snowball. Please be ready for snow game because I am ready too.
Feel free to ask any questions via mics or write in chat. It will be a pleasure to try, at least to try to answer. We see that there are no messages. There's no messages. There is no, oh yeah, we see the question.
Так, so, two children, AK-47 in Russia. Very interesting question. Yes, Russia proud of AK-47 as the patriotism lesson.
Yeah.
Yes, why we have special classes, but this class is not only for history of AK-47 and others. This class is about how to be in dangerous situation, and one of lesson how to collect.
To assemble not only AK-47, maybe
Yes.
other kind of guns, but not AK-47 because it's too dangerous for students, I guess so. So maybe other kinds.
We have military department, no, if we talk about Russian, our university, where students study it.
And if you're a student at school, there are some patriotic lessons, but you can try to assemble not AK-47, but other kinds of, like protecting guns, something like that. Thank you for your question. And are there any questions? We cannot see any questions. We cannot hear any questions, unfortunately.
Oh, I see. What happened to Russia now? I hear there are some issues that are happening now. Yes, in Russia, amazing. In Samara, -1 degrees. It's so dangerous because I saw a lot of snow near my house. Then I come today. This snow disappeared and there are a lot of water. I say, what to do? How to come to this? I don't know. It's so dangerous if you talk about Samara. I hope that you understand the joke.
It's just winter happening in Samara, winter happening in Russia, and that's the fact.
And the whole world has the interesting date, that 2nd of February, right? It looks so interesting.
Yes, and if there is no other questions, we unfortunately have to leave you because some of you will have classes soon. Or there is another question.
Yes, Russian students have boarding school, boarding?
Yep, I think so, yes.
Yes, why not?
Yes. So guys, it was a great pleasure to be your guide today, but unfortunately we have to tell you bye-bye and follow our other cultural programs.
We don't want you to say goodbye because we will say see you soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. You can ask in chat or write on us in YouTube under this video.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.